What is going on, everybody? So I wanted to share with you an update on my planted saltwater aquarium with the hang on the back filter. I just got some new additions for this 20-gallon Nano tank, and they are some Tremagobes. These are different than the ones I already have in the tank, which I'll show you in a second. But they have a slight color variation, so they're white with a red streak as opposed to red all over. So I picked up 4 of these guys today from Tanknicians, just out of quarantine. They've been in quarantine for about 6 weeks, so they're good to go. You can see the little brine shrimp floating in the background. And here are the Tremagobes that are already in the tank. You see they're all red. I love these guys. They've been doing great in my aquarium, and they're always out. That one's always in that corner. He's always he's got a little fat belly on him. He's always ready to eat. But I like them. I like that bright red, and they're doing really well in this aquarium. So I got the new ones because I like these ones so much. And there's a second little red Tremagobe hiding in that barnacle right there, poking his head out. Again, they're a little bit hard to see at first, but you know, they're there. And then I also got a neon goby. Again, this is a small little guy, aquacultured from Biota, I believe. So he was in quarantine for just a little bit. Got him out, acclimating him as well. I think he's going to do great in this tank. He does get a little bit bigger, but I don't think anything that's going to outgrow this 20-gallon tank. And lastly, I got a little fire shrimp here. I wanted some color in the tank, and this, I mean, what's better than this bright red color? So the tank desperately needed some type of more color, and I don't really have I have a peppermint shrimp, but he hides a lot. This cleaner shrimp will be out a lot more. And like I said, that bright red is going to add a lot to this aquarium. Now I want to show you guys something cool. This is my 5-year-old son's anglerfish tank. It's a 10-gallon aquarium, and we've had this anglerfish for going about a little over 2 months. And this is a very hard fish to keep. This is not an easy fish to keep. It's a lot of work, but it's satisfying, it's rewarding, and they're really kind of just a cool, fun fish to watch, as you can see here. But I got some really cool content coming in the future on this fish. We're gonna do some really fun things with him. We're gonna make this tank really interesting, so stay tuned for that. All right, so here we are the next day, and this is a look at the 20-gallon natural planted aquarium. Nothing too crazy here. Everything that is in this tank is just kind of left over from other tanks or tanks we've broken down. I'm not too focused on coral in this aquarium because I have like a really cheap light on there. This is just in my bedroom. I just wanted something kind of like very natural looking. And so far, I have in here, as far as fish go, I have 4 of these little mass gobies, which I highly recommend. They are great nano fish. I know they're not crazy bright, but they're perfect for like a 20-gallon aquarium. And you know, each of these, there's 4 of them here, they each carve out their own little territory. I just think they're not crazy active swimmers. They kind of just stay in the water column like that, and they're always out usually. And then towards the evening, they'll go in those little barnacles and go to sleep. But during the day, they're always out, and that's why I also like them as a nano fish, because they're out and present. Right now, they think they're gonna get fed, which they are in a second. Also have some Tremagobes, which is hiding under that power head. I have 2 of those in here that were in here before, and then I have some of the new additions, which I have not seen so far. Got this mean mugger in here, which I kind of regret putting in here. Jawfish. He's carved, he's actually made this home right here. He's put all those shells, he's decorated his little hole. The reason why I kind of regret putting him in here is just because, I mean, he blends in really good. It's hard to see. I don't trust him with like really, really small fish. I don't know. He's got a huge mouth, and I'd be afraid he would swallow them whole. So, but it's impossible to get him out. He's built burrows all through here. He has plenty of entrances and exits. There's no way of getting him out. So I've kind of just accepted him in this tank. I do want to get another jawfish in here, a little bit more colorful. We'll see about that. Now, we put the fire shrimp in here, or blood shrimp, whatever you call it. There's its molt, and then you can see it's back there in the corner. You can see its antennae back there. So I'm gonna feed the tank, and hopefully it comes out. What else is in here? I really want to find those new gobies we put in here, but they're really skittish. And oh, the neon goby I saw earlier. All right, so I'm gonna feed the tank right now, and let's see if we can get these guys to come out. Now today I'm gonna feed some brine shrimp, And you can see the gobies are already excited. They know the routine. Anybody who thinks that like fish are just these dumb animals, like they obviously haven't kept fish very long, because as soon as I come by the tank, as soon as I, they know when I have food, they get excited. So anybody who thinks fish are just kind of like these dumb animals that don't know any better, man, you haven't been around them long enough. I'll pour this in and hopefully we can see some of the new fish. For sure the shrimp will come out. Yeah, you can see one of the other Trima gobies just popped its head out. Jawfish coming out to try to grab a bite. See how skittish he is? And when he does come out to get food, he's really fast. There's also a dotty back in here that I rarely see. So the one thing about having this much rock work in so many places for these fish to hide is, one, you get more natural behavior out of the fish, which is kind of cool because they feel safe, because there is so many places to hide. So they're more comfortable being out, or they're more comfortable and you see more natural behavior. The bad thing though is there's too many places to hide, and fishes that are like skittish, like this dotty back that I have in here, I only see him rarely when I feed, and he'll just pop out, grab a bite, and then I never see him again. So, that's the problem with escaping a tank like this. You potentially could get a fish and then just never see it again. Guess what? I found one of the Trima gobies, the new additions, back there. And yes, he's alive, but he's just perched there. I do believe once they get more comfortable in the tank, they'll be out more. So there's one. He's got to find. Just got to find 3 more now. Now the difference between the Trima gobies that are in this tank and the new additions are, these are white with that red stripe on the side, and the other ones are just like red all over. So it's a nice change up. They're not all the same kind of Trima gobies. I also plan on getting some yellow Trima gobies, biota yellow Trima gobies, pretty soon. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo. Sometimes I put stuff in here and I don't even remember, and then it pops up out of the blue and I'm like, oh yeah, I put that starfish in here. I forgot about that. Or oh yeah, I put that crab in here. That star polyp has really spread pretty good. There's a little bit of algae on there. I'll have to blow that off. This tank is definitely due for a water change. It's overdue. And we got some leather corals right here that are doing good. Even with this cheap little Nightcrew like $40 light, that you can see the soft corals are doing really, really well. We got another little piece of that leather coral down here. Kenya trees growing. Got the green Kenya tree right there. We got some pallies growing over here that broke off from this colony. So the corals are growing. And then I just recently added this waving hand anthelia to the tank also, just because I just wanted a couple more soft corals to help filter the tank, but also to kind of like add balance. I do want to add more macroalgae, as Clerpa is not the only macroalgae I want in this tank. Now, for those of you not seen this tank before, it is run solely off of this little, I think it's an Aqueon hang on the back. Oh, sorry, it's a Fluval hang on the back filter. There's not even like carbon or anything in here. It's just a sponge. It's just basically for water movement. I'll probably add some carbon in there at some point, maybe. I don't know, maybe some biofiltration in there. I'm not sure what I'll add in there. But so far, most of the filtration comes through the plants and the corals and just doing water changes. Then I just have one power head just to keep some water circulating. But that filter, I mean, you can see the bubbles. It's pretty good agitation. I just wanted to add a little power head to add a little bit more for the corals. But I could get away with just that hang on the back filter to keep these fish alive. They'd be fine with it. One of the other reasons why I didn't want this jawfish in there is I wanted to get some sexy shrimp in here, and I know for a fact that he'll eat the sexy shrimp, and that's frustrating because I really thought it'd be cool to just load this tank up with a bunch of little sexy shrimp all over. That would have been so, oh man, I'm too late for that. Now, because I've been getting stuff, kind of random things from people breaking down their aquariums or like through people's refugiums and throwing it in here, I do have some Aptasia in this aquarium, which I've been treating with Aptasia, but I've also put a peppermint shrimp in here. It's a good excuse to add another little shrimp in this tank. So there's little spots of Aptasia through here, which I'm not incredibly worried about because there's nothing in here really that they can bother. I just don't want them getting too out of control because they look kind of ugly. So I'll hit him with the F-Aptasia, but I also have the peppermint in here. So hopefully, you know, the peppermint's been here for about 2 weeks. So hopefully eventually that peppermint starts to eat those Aptasia and keep them under check. Got some really nice orange sponge that's growing. That little piece, that started as just a little piece that broke off, and that's getting slightly bigger. And then we have the bigger piece right here that's still doing all right. And you get a better idea what it looks like with the blue lights on. This blue light really makes the greens and the colors pop in this tank. So that's like, I have this little rock flower anemone right there. And I want to get more of these just because the blue light in this tank is just ridiculous. Everything just glows so much. So that's the reason why I want to get some more like brighter corals in here. It's just accent pieces. Right, so I need your help when dealing with this tank. I need some advice. So we added some fish, but I think we only have a total of 13 in here altogether, right? It's only 20 gallons. The biggest fish that we have in here is the jawfish, which is I don't want to go any bigger than that fish. And he's a stationary fish. He's not an active swimmer. But as far as bioload, that's as big as I'd like to go. And like I said, I already regret him in this tank. But I want to add more fish. Now, we got some color with the tree gobies. They're red, but we need more. So I'm thinking for sure I want to get some yellow clown gobies in here. And we also have these barnacles. So I purposely put all these barnacles in the tank, not just for the natural look, but because I wanted some barnacle blennies. So I want to get 4 barnacle blennies in this aquarium. Those are pretty stationary fish. They're not active swimmers. They should be fine in here. But I would love to hear from you guys. What else should I put in this tank? What other fish to add color to make this tank more interesting? What else should I add? Prawn gobies? Sand sifters? What other cool fish can I add? I work for a company called Tanknicians. We can get whatever's out there on the list. Let's get some really cool fish to top this aquarium off and keep it interesting and make it something different. I really need your help. Suggestions down in the comments. Whoever gets the most likes on their comment, I will for sure 100% get that fish. Unless it's like a $1,000 fish. Don't play me like that. But yeah, whoever gets the most likes down in the comments when suggesting a fish, I will 100%, if it's available on the list, will get that fish. This is right in my bedroom, and I kind of watch it when I go to bed, and I want to make it fun and interesting. It helps me relax after a long day. I love the natural look of it, and I love that it's kind of self-maintaining. But again, I want to keep this low maintenance and kind of just a chill tank so I can not stress out about it. I take care of over 100 aquariums. I just want one to come home to just to look at and just zone out to, have a nice drink, look at my aquarium and relax. So your suggestions are definitely welcomed. All right, so I'm gonna service this tank today, do a good water change, do a good scrubbing, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a good one.